For over 4 decades, Tom Silva has been the steady hand behind this old house tool belt on. Sleeves rolled up, quietly doing the work. No drama, just craftsmanship. But at 77, Tom finally opened up about the parts of his journey viewers never. Some moments that nearly led him to walk away from the show he helped build. This wasn't a publicity stunt or a retirement tease. What Tom shared was a rare look behind the scenes into the pressures, personal losses, and creative tensions that nearly pulled him off the job site for good. Years ago, Tom drafted a resignation letter. He never sent it, but it was serious enough that he sat down with his family to consider life after this old house. The reason? The show's direction had started veering away from the realities of construction. More camera angles, less authenticity. The work was becoming more about what looked good than what was good. That didn't sit right with Tom. Rather than make demands or grand gestures, he stayed true to form, quiet but firm. He wanted to do the work the right way, and the show listened. His voice became central, not just as a contractor, but as a key decision-maker. That shift saved more than his role. It preserved the soul of the show. Not all challenges came from the camera crew. In 2018, Tom suffered a personal loss when Austin Wilson, a young crew member he had mentored, died unexpectedly while traveling for a shoot. Austin wasn't just a colleague, he was like family. Grief nearly pushed Tom to step away completely. But with the support of the team and Austin's family, he returned. Not because he had to be, because it mattered. That's what sets Tom apart. He doesn't build for the spotlight, builds because he loves the craft. That commitment is why viewers trust him. Why producers kept him through multiple host transitions from Bob Vieira to Steve Thomas to Kevin O'Connor. While others came and went, Tom remained. The steady presence, the voice of experience, the one who always had the answers. Over time, Tom's role expanded. Wasn't just swinging hammers, he was guiding project choices, setting technical standards, mentoring the next generation. That includes his nephew, Charlie Silva, who didn't inherit his spot on the show, he earned it. Tom tested him on smaller jobs before gradually bringing him forward. A quiet, earned handoff, Silva style. And it didn't stop there. Tom mentored specialists across the board in Nawada and landscaping, Heath Eastman in electrical, Mark McCullough in masonry. If it grew roots, lit up, or needed a second coat, Tom was probably checking it twice. He also stepped up nationally, working with this old house's Generation Next program in trade schools to help train future builders. Forums, tool demos, advisory boards, Tom made time for it all. From 2021 through 2025, you'd be hard-pressed to find a seasoned Brookline Westford Ridgewood without Tom's fingerprints on everything from framing decisions to camera logistics. And while his name may not be splashed across billboards, everyone on set knows who's steering the ship. The guy in flannel with a tape measure in one hand and a plan in the other. Tom's journey started long before the cameras rolled. He and his brother founded Silva Brothers Construction on high standards and zero tolerance for shortcuts. Their meticulous work caught the attention of WGBH-TV, which hired them to build the set for the Victory Garden. That led to a chance encounter with this old house creator Russell Moorish, and the rest is history. After helping on a Greek revival in Dorchester, Tom's skill and calm presence made it clear this wasn't just a contractor. He was a natural teacher, communicator, and craftsman. By 1988, he became the show's permanent contractor. No one's looked back since. In a world of fast fixes and rotating cast members, Tom stood out by staying the same, dependable, meticulous, and deeply respected. From historic restorations to complex structural reinforcements like the delicate preservation of Weatherby Farm in Westwood, Tom's fingerprints are on hundreds of projects that didn't just update homes. They preserved legacies. He's also a longtime contributor to this old house magazine, where he answers questions from ambitious DIYers who've often gotten in over their heads. His ability to explain the complex in plain terms is a skill unto itself, part of the reason he remains one of the most beloved personalities on PBS, especially among viewers who've been watching since disco was on the radio. Today, at 77, Tom Silva still walks job sites with boots on, decking framing, reviewing plans, and making sure the work lives up to the standards he's stood by his entire life. He's not chasing fame. He's not on a farewell tour. He's just doing what he's always done, building with purpose, precision, and pride. Because for Tom Silva, the work still matters. And in a world full of shortcuts, it matters more than ever. Tom Silva's advice is everything you'd hope for. Clear, practical, and free of jargon. He writes like he builds solidly, precisely, and with just the right touch of "you've got this" encouragement. His how-to wisdom isn't just for weekend DIers either. Trade schools across New England uses tips and techniques in the classroom. Because, really, if Tom Silva says this is how you install crown molding, then that's how it's done. In 2004, Cothard Complete Remodeling and The Homeowner's Manual, 2 books that sit on the shelves of serious DIers. Right next to the rolled-up blueprints and that infamous bag of mixed screws they keep swearing they'll organize someday. But Tom Silva didn't just walk onto a set and become a household name. He earned every bit of it, one project, one article, one tough production meeting at a time. Built his career the way he builds homes, brick by brick, with patience, precision, and zero shortcuts. Now at 77, Tom's still out there on the job site. Tape measure in hand, not because he has to be, but because he wants to be. There's been no grand retirement announcement, no big farewell tour, just another day doing what he loves, inspiring confidence, and quietly working circles around younger builders. Let's be honest, you probably thought Tom was about to hang up the tool belt. Think again. In a production meeting earlier this year, he made it clear, "I'm still in." He's confirmed his role in upcoming seasons of This Old House, tackling large-scale renovations in places like Westford and Ridgewood. The man isn't just rebuilding houses, he's redefining what it means to stick around and still raise the bar. Behind the scenes, Tom's been just as busy. From 2022 to 2024, he stayed closely involved with Silva Brothers construction, even as his nephew Charlie took over day-to-day operations. Tom stepped back a bit, but not out. He still sits in on strategy sessions, greenlights critical projects, chooses technical crews with the care of someone casting a heist movie. And yes, Charlie still triple-checks everything before showing Tom. Officially, he's now senior advisor at the firm. Unofficially, is the wise builder wizard everyone still looks to. Gets to focus on the cool stuff: consulting, engineering, long-term planning, without chasing paperwork or invoices. A perfect balance. But Tom's not just building houses. He's helping shape the future of the trades. He's an advisor to multiple trade associations across Massachusetts. When the Northeast Regional Council for Building and Remodeling needs help updating safety standards or improving training programs, they don't call Ghostbusters. They call Silva. He even helped design a technical resource database for independent tradespeople and played a key role in shaping post-COVID building codes in Boston. He's not just keeping up with the industry, he's helping lead it. So how does he juggle it all at 77? 2 words. Organized chaos. Or maybe 3 more. Experience, wisdom, coffee. Tom has created a life that blends production, mentorship, consulting, and leadership. Part renovation show, part think tank, part masterclass. It's a model for how veterans of any industry can stay relevant without burning out. Away from the cameras, Tom keeps it simple. He and his wife Susan, his partners since the late 70s, live in a charming 19th century home outside Boston, a house they've lovingly renovated piece by piece. It's not flashy, it's intentional, smart, and built with heart. Just like Tom, his kids, Kate and TJ, have taken different career paths. But they're always ready to lend support behind the scenes when the family business needs it. Especially with media or finance, like the home they grew up in. Their involvement is quiet, steady, and purposeful. In fact, that family home recently earned a place in the Massachusetts Architectural Archives as an example of thoughtful, non-commercial restoration done right. When Tom spoke at a historic preservation conference, he emphasized sustainability, character, smart use of space, not just preserving a building, but giving it a second life. True to form, you won't find Tom flaunting any of this. He's always kept his private life just that, private. Since 2005, he's had a standing policy: keep it about the work, not about me. That focus has earned him deep respect, both on set and across the trades. And behind the scenes, Tom's doing something even more meaningful. He works with nonprofits that train young people, especially from underserved communities, in vocational skills. He doesn't publicize it. You won't find selfies or fundraising pitches. But if you look in their annual reports, his name is there, listed as an advisor to helping shape curricula, review tool lists, and occasionally showing up to demonstrate techniques firsthand. Tom Silva is more than a builder. He's a mentor. Hey, role model, and a steady hand in an industry that often feels rushed and over-commercialized. He's not trying to go viral or turn his name into a brand. He just wants to do honest work and help others do the same. That quiet consistency is what makes him remarkable. He shows up, he builds it right, he teaches what he knows, he never cuts corners. In a world that often values flash over function, Tom Silva is proof that doing things the right way still matters. That you don't have to shout to be heard. That legacies are built not in headlines, but in trust, skill, and purpose. If you've ever appreciated the smell of sawdust, the weight of a well-made tool, or the satisfaction of a job done right, you already understand why Tom Silva is worth celebrating. And if this story speaks to you, pass it along. Share it with someone who knows the value of good work and good people, because sometimes it's the quiet ones who leave the biggest legacy.